So we eat rats a lot.
Okay, so that's what we're going to cook today. Guys, remember, Africa is so huge. We basically have 56 countries at the moment. I come from a different part of Africa. Although we are all Africans, but the lifestyles, the cultures, what they eat is extremely different from what I eat. We don't have rats back home where I come from. So it's a pleasure to tell people so that
Hello, greetings you. Happy Sunday. Habari zenu. Are you okay? I'm okay. We thank God for today. Welcome everyone. So today is another day. As always, this is the day which the Lord has made. And here we are rejoicing in the Lord. So welcome everyone. If it is your first time to be in Pamela's World Kenya channel, please feel welcome. My returning viewers, my subscribers, everybody on board. Feel welcome as we start our video today. So today's video we are going to check on, because we'll be going to Argentina. From Argentina, we'll be in Nyabohanse somehow, and then we will go to Nigeria because we have to check what are they giving us, because we have Dimwango here now cooking the bush rat, but just calling it rat. When you are cooking a dish, it doesn't matter, because even meat, when we are cooking meat, assume now you are making meat at your home, you are cooking meat or cooking fish. You don't call it I'm cooking meat. I'm cooking food. I'm making food for my family. I'm making food until maybe someone asks you, what are you making? That is now when you say, I'm making maybe rice. I'm cooking rice and meat, or rice and maybe chicken somehow. But by the time you are still making it, it is just food. You don't talk about the rat, I'm washing rat, I'm putting rat. No. It is now the food. It is dish. We are going to check on that. And now the exciting part of it. The Mwango is coming out to say, where I come from, there are no rats. This is how people, when they go out there, this is how they behave. They behave like now they have just maybe come from heaven, dropped from heaven like this. Remember the other day when D Mwango came from his travels, when she went back home in Nyabohanse. If you've been following D Mwango, this is true story. Let me use that phrase of the brother, true story. Yeah? Because David Jr. like this word, true story. This one of mine is also true story. When she came from her travels, because she's a traveler, when she went back, sometime back last year, she went and found in her bedroom the duvet which she had bought, a new one, a white one, was eaten by rat. Rats were all over her place of maybe her bedroom at her mom's place. The rats ate the duvet. Now she's coming here to tell people where I come from, there are no rats. Say the tribe where I come from, they don't eat rat, because I told you in my other video, in the coastal area, there's a tribe which eats rat. In Nigeria also, the lady, this the Suleiman traveler, telling her their tribe, Tiv, they eat rat. Maybe other tribes in Nigeria are not eating rat. So Nigeria has many tribes there. Kenya as well, we have many tribes. So different tribes, because we eat different type of food. There are some which we eat the same food, but there are other things which we don't, maybe this tribe eats and the other tribe does not eat. So it does not make it to be a crime. So she's telling people where I come from, there are no rats. We are going to check that. This is true story. Let me just tell you. True story, what she has just said. Then we are going to check on Mura Senso. Mura Senso have always been coming here all the time saying, oh, Argentina, these are family people. There are so many babies on the street more than even the adults one. This has been a phrase Mura has been talking since he went to Argentina. He has been telling us about how Argentina, they value family. They value family. Wherever he works, he always say, oh, children are many more than even there. But now again, he started saying the weather is hot, and I think this is the reason why these people, children cannot be made. And the country where he is now, he's talking about children are many. So how comes now that weather now make them not to have babies? What are you talking about, Mura Sensor? Why are you contradicting yourself? If you've reached a place whereby you see there's nothing to say, just pass. Even in the exams, there is a place where if you can't get the answer, you pass. So there are times where you need to pass. If you don't need, you don't have anything to say, pass. So now we are going to check that. And then we are going to check on Kohera. Kohera has been coming out all the time talking about the ex. His ex. This is someone who is married with two wives. And this time I saw Kohera is like now he's going extreme because the way he's now trying to give people example how when a wife goes maybe a woman goes from this marriage to the other, maybe sire children this marriage, and then come out, and then because he said Esther left him because of poverty, then he goes to another place, sire children, and then move to another and sire children, those that can bring this maybe children who does not get along. So when he was talking about this, he was hinting at Esther because number one, he told us Winnie, when he married Esther, he married Esther when Esther had Winnie. Then Winnie jumped from where she was. Maybe she was not married then, but of course, the Winnie has a different father. Then came to him, sired Mura Senso. Then jumped from that and went and sired D and David Jr. With another different father. So he gave an example like now, it's like now agrovet, when you go and take maybe the seed which you want, if you mix, it cannot come out the way it's supposed to be. So when he was talking about these things, like now he was just referring to Esther. I think there should be some sort of respect. And this is the mother of your son, the son whom you want to get close to. I don't think you should just make it all the times when you sit down, it is about Esther, about Esther. If maybe there are things which you never finish with Esther. There was a time when Kohera was starting his YouTube channel. Kohera talked about how sometimes they meet with Esther and then they talk, they laugh. I think this the same way Kohera should maybe call Esther, then they sit down and talk. Because I see a bitter man, I see someone who has never moved on. He want to move on, but making people suffer in his maybe his talk. Because don't think Esther loves what he's trying to say every now and then talk about her. But because as we are reacting, we don't talk about Esther, we don't know Esther. But the person who knows Esther is the one who's bringing the things which we are sitting down like here in a corner to talk about. I don't know Esther, and I've never met her. Esther. Maybe I might not even meet Esther in my life. But who knows Esther? Who brings Esther's issue out here? And Kohera also should maybe think it over because Esther is also a content creator. Esther is a content creator. What if one day where Esther wakes up like this and bring all the weaknesses of Mr. Kohera out here? Will you have any place to put your head? Because you can provoke someone, you push someone until he reaches the point where point of no return. So be very careful with Esther, because one day Esther might come out and tell you, because you've been saying it was about poverty. That is you who know that. But I know women, they can persevere. Women persevere for love. Maybe there was no love in that relationship. When a woman loves someone, they don't care about whether you are poor or not. But there are things which can make a woman leave you without even thinking twice. So you, in your mind, you might think Esther left you because of your poverty. Because when my mom, let me give an example. When we were growing, my mom used to tell me or tell us, our sisters, all of us, you can never you can never be rich when you are young. I'm just talking about that young age. Maybe you are from school. It is not easy for someone to be rich when you are young, because now, unless it is a wealth which you've inherited, or maybe you are married to a second wife or third wife to a man who has already acquired wealth. But if you are married with your age mate, you can never be rich, because both of you, so you cannot say you are getting married to a rich person, because you are going to starting making your own money, so you grow together with the wealth which you are going to make. So at that period, you cannot say my husband is rich or my husband is poor, because both of you are from school, unless maybe the husband inherited from the parent. But if it is his own making, then it is not. Maybe you cannot say I can't marry this person because he's poor or what. So I don't think during that time Esther was marrying Kohera. Kohera would have been rich. How? Because if they were both of them were from school. So I don't think this is the reason why Esther left you. There should be something which maybe she saw which made her not to stay with you, but not about riches, because you are growing, you are just young. She was young, you are young. So there's no reason. That is how I know. That is how my mother taught me. You cannot leave a man because your age mate. Let me just say, your age mate. You are right from school. There's no way your age mate can be rich. You can also not be rich. You've not gotten a job, or maybe if you've gotten a job, you've not been there for long. So you have to grow in it. So this is what I was taught. So Kohera, relax, because we don't know whether this is the reason why Esther left you. So we are going to start with the receipt where Mura Sensor is talking about these babies, how people cannot make babies because the weather sometimes. But and he's the one who has been telling us, oh, in Argentina, children are many than even adults. Oh, Argentinians are maybe family oriented. So why is it that whenever he talks, as I said earlier, if he doesn't have anything to say, he should pass.
People are waiting to go home on the other side. It's very hot that people are avoiding to be outside. People prefer being in the house. Sometimes I wonder, cities like this, maybe being very hot makes the population low, because you can't enjoy. Okay, let the buses go. You can't really enjoy with a lot of sweat and in making babies, you know. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like maybe cold places encourage population growth. So let's wait for our Uber, guys.
So that is your travel commando telling you how maybe what makes population to go up or to go down. When you are in a hot weather, population goes down because you can't enjoy making babies. That is commando. And the other day or all the time he's been talking about how Argentinians, they have many children on the streets more than even the adults. So you wonder, where are these children coming from? Are they just falling from heaven down? So that is why I said, if maybe you don't have anything to say, you pass. You pass, because there are things which only God knows, and it depends with how you like the weather. We are different. That is why you see there are people who like cold weather, there are people who like hot weather. So we are different out here in this world. So that is Mura's opinion. No, I also respect his opinion. So that is what he thinks about the Argentinian, the weather, because the other time the weather was very cold. Now the weather is very hot. So which weather will Mura Sensor love? So that is Mura Sensor. And this video of Mura Sensor, we are checking again how Mura Sensor, they are walking or they are traveling with a young baby. The baby is young, 3 months old. And you could see how Mura Sensor was treating the birds, the pigeons. These are pigeons which are there, the birds. And these birds, sometimes they have flu. Not sometimes, mostly birds have flus. And Mura Sensor, they are with the Rocio mom sitting in a park together, Mura Sensor feeding the birds, and then after that he never washed his hands because there was no water there. They proceeded to go and wash his hands somewhere else, you see. And during this period of time he was touching the GoPro. So this GoPro, when he's going to wash his hand, will he wash the GoPro? Because after washing his hands, he will touch the GoPro, and again he will touch the baby, because there are things which Mura Sensor is doing and forgetting they are having a baby here. This baby with these many birds flying around them. These pigeons flying, they are dead ones, they are pointing at those dead ones, they are sitting close to them, feeding them, because a homeless person gave them those bread to feed them. Mura just jumped on them, started feeding them. He doesn't know how long this bread have been, how long have this bread been kept, and now they have. My worry is not about them. They can do whatever they want. I'm talking about the baby, Maisha. The father is touching things. They are sitting in the park close to this bird and not knowing the immune system of this baby is still very low. The baby is still developing. The immune system is developing. You see? So now, they are touching things which they don't know might cause a problem to the baby, because the baby is walking from this place to the other, from different hotel to different hotel, and they are not even careful. So let's see how Mura was behaving with the birds, and the baby was just near them there. Let's have a look.
4 por 2000. 4 por 2000. ¿Se me ayuda? Es para ir a comprar más librito. Says 4 for 1000.
4 for 2000.
Ok, ¿tú tienes cambia de 10,000? No, no, tengo 2000 nomás. 2000 lo que me dijo. Lo único que tengo, no vendí nada todavía. ¿Me ayuda, amigo? Te voy a agradecer un montón. Buena pregunta, hombre, ayer. Amigo, vení. Guys, wanna promote this guy. ¿Qué hace? Uno mal. Mira, me bajó la presión 2 veces. Mira, ya me quemé la mano. Amigo, ¿tiene cambio, por favor?
¿De qué?
De 10,000?
¿Me sientes diciendo vender? ¿Te vendo algo?
Ahí está. You want to buy something, Rocío?
Otro chorrito, algo.
Ahí está. No, era no. Ok.
Relleno, comunes.
Uno. Seis y media son. Que me da la tengo que
¿Dulce de leche tenés?
¿Sí?
Ahora le voy así corriendo.
¿Cuánto querés? ¿6?
No, menos. Que unos...
4 y... ¿Querés?
¿Cuánto? Yeah, just need buy 1 or 2 at most.
Cobro lindo, cobro barato. 2, 4, ¿quieres un pirulo?
No, amigo. Gracias. Oh my god, I don't even have to feed them because these things are like, oh my god. Today's today. All the pigeons will come. They will come. They will see that and they will come. Look, they will still, they have started coming from the other side. You know what they want is you to throw like this. When you throw like this, they come. To bite people. So it's trying to scare me. It's trying to scare me. But you see, as it does that noise, it calls, stop the joke. Oh my God. And they are coming not... They are coming, you see, this is what has made them come. It's calling them.
So that is Buddha sense of feeding the pigeons, feeding the ducks. You see, you saw him. And these are ducks and pigeons. They are wild out there. They are just in the water. And we have a baby here. And we know the birds always have flu. The baby is still young. He can catch the flu. You never know what is happening. But they're just sitting there comfortably, feeding them, bringing them many. I don't know your opinion, but this is my opinion. We have different opinions. Me, I know a small baby like that, a young baby, an infant like that, exposing him in this kind of maybe climate or maybe situation, to me, I don't think it's right, because a baby of Maisa's age, normally they are being protected. Always they are at home resting. Despite their parents may be traveling with him, they should choose places to be with him also, because they have to check also to take care of him, not just walking because he loves the pigeons, he loves birds, so he has to just go close to the birds. As you watch as the video continues, they were even pointing the dead one, moving close to the dead one. They are carrying this one, moving to the dead one, and moving along. Mura Sensor didn't wash his hands there because there was no water. He moved with the hand like that until they reached to the museum where he went in and washed his hands. During all this period, even he was talking about, my hands are smelling the food which he was feeding the pigeon. So during this time of maybe walking to the museum, he had his GoPro. He was touching the GoPro. GoPro is not wiped because I cannot say he wiped it because I never saw him wiping it. So all these things, it is maybe after washing his hand, maybe he will still touch the GoPro and he will still maybe touch Maisha. So this is how people maybe transfer diseases from this to that. Anyway, that is Mura says so. No hygiene, no nothing. They don't care. They don't listen to what people are telling them. That is their life, but we are not going to leave them. We will always be with them. When they move this side, we are moving with them. We will keep on pointing the things which they are not doing correct until the time maybe they will adjust. For now, they think they are the best parent because they are out there and they ignore whatever we are telling them, because we sit in the house and we don't travel with our children, or we never travel. So that makes them be special, because us, we are speaking, but we never travel with our children. That is according to him. So let's now go to Nigeria and see, because Nigeria, we are not going to talk much because it was about food. The other day, the video which I made was about how they went to the shop, no, to the market. They bought the food, they bought this meat, the bush meat, this rat thing she's calling every now and then, instead of just calling it the bush meat. They bought it, and then today was a day of cooking. So when they were cooking, before they started cooking, Our Lady said, rats in where she comes from, they are no rats. Reason I don't know, because this was God's creation. So why would you say they are no rats? It is a tribe, maybe, as the lady said, in their tribe, Tiv tribe, they eat rats. Maybe there are some tribes in Nigeria which they don't, who does not eat rats, or maybe different, maybe bushmeat, because even where we stay, there are things which maybe I might eat, my child might not eat, because we are different people. So let's hear what she's trying to say. And the other day when she went home, the rat, she found out that the rat had eaten her duvet. So in her country, there are no rats. Let's listen. It is what it is. True story. This is what the brother always, this is now a phrase from the true story. I'm giving you true story. Let's hear her, what she's trying to say.
Cook today.
We're going to cook rats and gengi. That's our traditional meal. The gengi is more traditional than the rat. So like everybody in my tribe, we eat rats.
Everybody in your tribe eat
Yes,
rat.
we eat rat. The Tiv people.
The Tiv people, SIV tribe. Because in Nigeria we have tribes.
TIV.
Oh, TIV.
Yes.
Okay.
We eat tribes. It sounds like thief, but it's not thief, it's thief.
Okay.
Yes. So we eat rats a lot.
Okay, so that's what we're going to cook today. Guys, remember, Africa is so huge. We basically have 56 countries at the moment. I come from a different part of Africa. Although we are all Africans, but the lifestyles, the cultures, what they eat is extremely different from what I eat. We don't have rats back home where I come from. So it's a pleasure to travel the world and
We don't have rats where I come from, back home. That's a lie. That is a lie, a big lie. Maybe it was a slip of tongue saying, no, we don't eat rat. But saying we don't have rats where I come from, that is a lie. And the other day, the rat eat your duvet. And where I come from, rats are everywhere. Rats live in the grass. Say that maybe your tribe. But as I said in my other video, in coastal region in Kenya, let me repeat this. There's a tribe also in coastal region, not the whole coast, a tribe which also eat rats, because she has not gone to that tribe and see what they are doing. So next time she comes to Kenya, this is my advice, because now she's saying where she comes from, people don't eat rat, or there are no rats. According to her, this video, she's saying there are no rats in this in where she's coming from, which is a lie, a total lie. And there are rats even in their home, in her bedroom. There are rats because the rat ate her duvet. Huh? What happened? Were those not rats? So when you go to other people's, maybe you go to other places, don't behave like those are things you've never seen. You've seen rats. They have eaten your duvet. Rats are everywhere. You see? So don't say you where you are coming, there are no rats. So next time, I just want Dimongo to go to coast. Because she should not jump and leave the same things which are happening in Kenya and go somewhere and see like it is a strange thing. Go to coastal region, look for the tribe. Just ask, because ask which tribe in the coast which eats rat, and then you go and visit them as a traveler. Then you come and see. Maybe you just have you'll know how the difference, how they cook them. But eating rats, it is in Kenya. So that is a challenge. But sitting there or standing there telling the world that where she comes from, there are no rats. You heard it, and I gave you the clip. So don't come here and say, that is the clip which I've just shown you, saying where I come from, there are no rats. That's a lie. So let's go to Kohera, because Kohera, I've always come here and maybe go against what Kohera is saying, because I don't like the fact that Kohera, when he sit down, the content which he dream, you have to sometimes maybe dreaming about the content is just Esther. So I want to advise Kohera, please make a go see Esther, because there was a time Kohera said before during that time, sorry, during that period he was starting his YouTube channel, he said they are just in good terms because sometimes they meet in the market, they laugh, they do what. Make a time, create time you meet Esther so that these things which are disturbing you, which is making you come all the time to talk about Esther, at least to finish, so that you can just make a video, a clear video without dwelling on Esther. Why are you not talking about your other women? Because you have two other women. Why are you not making content about them? Why is it that Esther alone? Because it's like now you've not moved on. And I wonder how these two women are taking it, because all the time their husband sits and talk about someone who left like 30, how many years? He said that person is still in his mind. So you have other two women. Another one is a Ugandan. You can even also tell us how, or show us how Ugandan women behave, how you find the Uganda women in your life. And maybe take us along Uganda, the food which Ugandans eat, because you are not a reactor, unless maybe you turn to be one. But just dwelling on Esther, what made Esther, because like now this topic of Esther, this time it was not a good one, because he was talking about a lady who jumped from this, maybe left to leave this place, because he was trying to explain about Winnie, but I see he was just hinting on Esther, because the siring children with different fathers makes maybe the family not to get along, as he's saying, because you can jump from this, maybe the man is poor, sire children live there, come here, sire children live, and go here, sire children, because according to the way he's trying to put it, you find Esther, he married Esther, well, Esther had a baby. So that baby, of course, he has a father. And then with him, she sired another son, then left him, went and sired two more. And then he said, such kind of marriages, or such kind of a person who jumped from another, makes the family not to maybe get along. And he compared it with aggravate, you see. So this one is like he's talking about Esther. We are going to check on that, because he keeps on talking about Esther, because you see, Esther's children are not getting along. Because this is what is hinting. They are not getting along. You see Winnie, you see like someone who is a visitor in her mother's home. When she visits, you just see a visitor. Even during that period when Dee was there, they are making food. You could not see Winnie sitting on the table. Most of the time she was just cooking. I see. She doesn't have that homely. When she's with her siblings, she doesn't feel like she's home. You see, that is what I see there. And the other time, Congress mom also didn't want to show Winnie's children. You see, all these things we've seen them. Again, you see the Junior and Mura Senso, it is like water and oil. So when Kohera talks like this, he's just hinting on Esther and this one. And is this the man who wants his son back? This is the man who says he loves Esther. If you love someone, Kohera, if you loved Esther as you are speaking, you let them go. You let them live stay where they are staying, and be happy there. You don't follow them with so many things behind. And so that is why I say keep on talking. Don't forget Esther is also a content creator. One day she will sit down in her corner and start maybe narrating the things which made her leave you. What will you do? Because you, according to you, it was about poverty. But she has never told you about that. That is something which you thought. Maybe there are things more than to that. You've never sat down with her and told you that, oh, I left you because of poverty. As I said earlier, young people, no person who is young can be poor or rich. That is how I was taught. My mom told us, you are both young. You are here, you are right from school. You cannot be rich unless it is an inheritance, or if it is not an inheritance, when you are from school, the two of you, you look for that money, and then you grow together. Then money will find you as you grow with your husband, with your wife. So saying maybe your wife left you because of poverty, no, that cannot be. So wait, one day Esther will come out and tell you the reason why she left you, because you provoked her. You've been provoking her. But the day, human beings, we have a limit where we can reach. The moment at that place, she will reach that place. When she turns, we will react upon that. Anyway, let's have a receipt of that.
I had made a video clarifying myself with my first on Winnie, because since they departed from me, I've never met her. I didn't know her whereabouts. At least Marwa, I can meet Marwa on the YouTube streets, but the lady had disappeared from my sight. And as you remember, I thought I clarified who she is to me. And sometimes you get concerned about your generation. Okay, now I'm very grateful that on that video I made, it must have provoked some of the subscribers, and they located for me where Winnie is. Even if we separated, the children had no mistakes. One has to make a follow-up and know the well-being of the children, because all what a man wants from a woman are children. That is according to our African culture. In our culture, the reason why, even in the Bible, the reason why one marries a girl or a woman or a wife is actually for procreation. You have to procreate. You have to form a lineage. You have to form a generation.
Sometimes I might differ with you because, okay, it is in different ways. There's because according to Kohera is talking about the reason why a man marries is because of maybe a wife or sire babies. And even the Bible says that. But there are times because remember when the creation, I'm not disputing this, but creation, Adam and Eve, they were created to be together. But this issue of children came later. So people don't marry because of children. Maybe this is my opinion. People marry for love. People marry for companionship. This is a partner. This is your partner. The babies or the children, they come after. These are just blessings. But this is not why people marry. People marry because out here we have many people who maybe some don't want children. There are some who maybe they cannot even conceive naturally because they cannot conceive. But they're still married, happily married. So marriages, it depends how one takes it. There are some who think maybe I'm just marrying, according to Kohera, as he's talking about it. He's saying it is African tradition. No, that is you, not African tradition. Because many people like putting this is African tradition. There's no tradition, because maybe there are some people when you're marrying someone, even in your back, there are people who don't even think about children. Children just come. Sometimes you just find yourself maybe you've conceived, but you are just happy with your husband or maybe whoever you are, your partner. So not every marriage is about children, Mr. Kohera. So this one I just want to correct it because depends with one what one wants. It is not a tradition. You find out here so many people maybe before they get married they say as we don't want children, as we want children. So decision lies with the person. It is not a must that whenever you marry a lady, she has to give birth or she has to sire children. There are some people who don't give birth. What do you do with them? Do you divorce them because they cannot maybe conceive? No, because you married this person for love. It is about love. It is not about children. So let's continue. What Kohera is saying is because according to him, he's marrying or he married because of children.
You have to make sure that your products proceed, even if you unlive, even if time will come and then you disappear from the world. You will have left your your children. You will have left your generation. So when it reaches on the side of children, one should not actually make a joke. It is hard. It is somehow easy to get money, but it is not somehow easy to get a child. So something like a child is nothing to joke with, and actually people should be very responsible when it comes to your children. So Esther, thank you very much, because I have been answered through reactors. Reactors have answered me. Now there is also some issues I wanted us to address. Even if I don't meet you, I want to guide you. Remember, in African culture, more so the Korean culture, a respected woman is a woman who is always a mother at her matrimonial or at her married home where she has been married. You get married, you marry a girl, then you come, you stay with this girl until further notice. That is the one who is actually culturally recognized as a mother. There are so many factors which actually make people to separate. One of them, you remember, poverty, like you, you left me because I was poor, because the culture did not. But it does not augur well always that you jump, you get married today, you go and find this home is not financially stable, then you run away from there, you go to a second home, you get this one, these are witches, and then again you dump that home, you jump to another one, you find those people, there is hunger, you don't get satisfied, then you dump them, you hop to another one, and during all that period, you are siring children. You are siring children from those different men. And then later on, the age will come when you will be old. Then you will have no place value. Then you will have sired children of different genetics, children who do not have the same mind, children who are only connected by the mother, but the fathers are different. So you find that they don't agree because they are not of the same mind. They don't actually go together. They differ by characters, by behavior. Then you finally find that now that family is not together and it becomes a broken family. That is how homes break. It is supposed, it is, let me give you just an example. Okay, let me say I'm a farmer. I'm a farmer and I'm growing maize on my garden. When you go to the agrovet, you normally ask for one kind of a variety, and that is the variety you are going to plant on that garden in that season. You cannot take 624, mix it with 513. You will find it when they are growing, they will differ. They will obviously differ. 513 will age so quickly. 526 will. So that is.
So that is how Kohera is now giving an example from Esther, because because that is now, you look at what Kohera have started, because number one, he was talking about Esther left him because of poverty. You see, and then he smiled there because he knew exactly whom he was talking about. So he's talking about Esther, which I see like disrespectful to Esther. All the times he sit there, he talk about Esther. So now he's giving us example like how, because now you heard him. And Esther, by the time he was marrying Esther, Esther had Winnie, and then left the father of Winnie, and then he married Esther. Then Esther went and sired when enter sired Mura Senso with him, then left him for father because he was poor, then went to another man, and then sired 2 children. So now he's talking about them because these children just united because of their mother, but the fathers are different, so their minds are also different. This is why some homes people don't get along, or it can make a home, or cannot be ungovernable. Let me say that is what Kohera is trying to say. So for a respected woman, a woman must just stay with one husband, according to him. Respected man, you do you have one wife? Because you, as respected as you are, even the culture, which culture does allow you to keep on marrying? Because after Esther, you married 2 wives with different children now. Because don't just sit there and talk about the woman only. Look at yourself, because you also like you have three different maybe how can I put it? The numbers of those maize are from aggravate. If you go there, the numbers, the maize, because I'm not a farmer, so I don't know how it goes. But he talked about the different types of maize. So even you as a man, you have 3 different types of maize. Esther the same 3, you 3, because you also have uh, children from 3 different mothers. So don't think about it's only about women who need to be respected or in the society. Even men also, we need men who are respectful, men who goes what they love, not only just marrying because now you are hurt. You get this one. You even went to Uganda. Hmm? You even went to Uganda and married another Uganda lady. You had a Kenyan who failed you. You got another Kenyan. You are not satisfied. You are also hoping from this to that. You see? So don't sit there and talk about Esther alone. It is you who is also doing the same. So what I'm trying to say here, you want Mura back, please stop this issue of always making Esther to be your topic. At least you have 2 other women. Talk about these other 2 women. Show us what they are doing, not only what Maesther did. Even these 2 ones, there are things which they have done in your life. You can't tell me ever since you married them, you've never had any problem with them. So those problems, bring it here. Bring it and talk about them. Not only Esther left me because I was poor. How about this one? What makes them maybe be with you? Say the good things which they are doing to you also. Sometimes it's also good. Not dwelling on one wife and you have 2. And the one you are dwelling on left you like 40 years ago. And you are still dwelling on her. So when you're making content, also make the current one. Don't just bring the old maybe topics. Bring the current also. Now Esther left me, and then I got these 2 who are treating me well. I think that one also might be a very good content. So that is Kohera saying always dwelling on Esther. But that is why I said a human being, when we all humans, when we are pushed to the wall, one day Esther might come and revenge back. So we won't know, and we don't know what Kohera will say, because Esther might come with a different story. She's a content creator, so when you're sitting there, be very careful, because she might come here with a damaging content to you, Ms. Kohera. Otherwise, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always being here for me. May God bless you, and see you again in my next video. But don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and give me as many likes as possible. Donate the likes, my people. Thank you. See you again. Bye. God bless you.